Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, have you ever noticed that lately, Genshin players have stopped saying magic and started saying something that sounds suspiciously German? Hexerei? Yeah, it's not just you. The version 4 update quietly dropped one of the biggest lore and gameplay shifts we've seen in a long time, and it's got the whole community buzzing today. We're diving deep into what exactly the Hexerei changes mean. From Duran's new front-loaded damage system to Klee officially joining the Witch's Circle, and why this single word swap actually reshapes how we think about Mondstadt's oldest mysteries. So grab a snack because this one's a fascinating mix of gameplay tweaks and lore revelations that finally connect dots we've been theorizing about since the early days of Genshin. Let's start with the big picture. Hoyoverse replaced every instance of the word magic in new texts with Hexerei, which is German for witchcraft. That one word completely changes how we view a whole group of characters, the so-called witches of Genshin's universe, or the Hexenzirkel. If you've heard that name before, you'll remember it's the mysterious coven that includes Alice, Klee's mom, and Gold, the alchemist who created both Albedo and Duran. Instead of just being random mages who can use elemental energy, these characters are now officially connected by witchcraft, and that adds so much more depth to their story. It's Hoyoverse's way of saying, yes, all of these characters are part of the same system, the same magical lineage. Fans loved this change. Reddit threads were full of jokes about how nobody can pronounce Hexerei correctly, but almost everyone agreed it sounds way more mystical and fitting for Genshin's World 1 comment even summed it up perfectly. Magic? No, it's Hexerei. This changes everything. Now let's talk about Duran, because his changes have definitely stirred up the most discussion. In version 4, Duran's damage got restructured. It's now front-loaded. That means most of his burst power hits earlier in his attack sequence, especially in the first 10 strikes of his dragon forms. His passive primordial fusion of forms was also reworked to give 3% extra damage per 100 attack, stacking up to 10 times. That's a potential 75% bonus early on, compared to the old flat 25% spread evenly across his burst. This makes a lot of sense when you think about how team buffs in Genshin usually work. Most, like Bennett's attack boost or Mona's Omen, only last a few seconds. So now, Duran's biggest hits happen during those short buff windows, which makes him feel stronger when your rotations are timed well. The community's split, though. Some players love it because it rewards good timing, while others say it's awkward for reaction-based teams like Vaporize or Melt, since Duran often starts a rotation before supports apply their elements. Depending on your setup, it might feel like a buff or a mild nerf. But statistically speaking, his total multipliers went up around 3 to 5%, so it's still considered a net buff overall, and yes, he still can't fly, which has become everyone's favorite meme of the patch. Mona also got a few notable adjustments. Her passive, Witch's Eve, Rite of Genesis of Star Signs, now grants less Vaporize reaction damage, down from 10% to 5%. It's a small change that most players won't feel too much in gameplay, especially since Duran himself now brings hefty reaction bonuses. The rest of her kit, including her Omen extension, works the same, so she's still reliable for Hydro support in Hexerei teams. Albedo's update is more technical but still really important. His transient blossoms from Solar Isotoma no longer snapshot his defense at the time of casting. That means his damage now updates dynamically as buffs and debuffs change, which makes him way more flexible and modern in team setups. His new Hexerei synergy effects also scale with defense, giving allies more attack and elemental bonuses, making him an even better hybrid support. Sucrose's rework is simpler but equally useful. Her new Hexerei passive gives team-wide damage boosts when she creates wind spirits, about 5 to 7% for regular allies, and slightly higher for Hexerei characters. Her 6th constellation now also boosts elemental damage for Hexerei teammates during absorbed reactions. She's still the same friendly Anemo support we all know, but now she fits better alongside characters like Venti, Mona, and Albedo in specialized Hexerei teams. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, Klee. This update finally makes her an official Hexerei character, connecting her directly to her mother, Alice, and the Witch Coven's legacy. Her new passive, Witch's Homework of Leaves That Spark, adds a brand new mechanic called Boom Badges. Every time she deals damage, whether it's from her normal attack, skill, or burst, she earns 1 Boom Badge, up to 3 total. Each one powers up her special charged attack, the Boom Boom Strike, to as much as 1.5 times its usual damage at max stacks. Her 6th constellation got an awesome upgrade too. While her burst is active, she regenerates 3 energy every 3 seconds for the rest of the team and gives everyone a 10% pyro damage boost, while she herself gets a huge 50% pyro bonus. Her 2nd constellation got slightly toned down since its defense shred now only triggers when her skill actually deals damage. But overall, Klee feels stronger, more cohesive, and finally part of the witch story she's always belonged to. Players absolutely loved that connection. It's like watching her officially inherit her mother's legacy. Razor, Venti, and Fischl also got small internal updates, so their passives now reference Hexerei instead of magic gameplay-wise. They're unchanged, though Razor may benefit a bit more from proper buff stacking. Venti's text was just clarified, and Fischl remains the same. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep up with Genshin's deeper lore and future updates, especially as we move into the next chapter of the Witch storyline, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more deep dives and patch breakdowns coming soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's not magic anymore, it's Hexerei.